easier, but if it's month, then you write there.
You indicate per month.
Per month.
Yeah.
So that if you want to have a year.
Monthly is better.
Month is better.
Because,
So you write that, you can either ask year or month. Then you tell the others. Okay, so these other ones are just for you to observe and fill without asking. What type of house does the respondent stay in? School. Yeah, that's important. Huh? How many boy children stay in this homestead? So how many boys attend primary school? Then you write the number, how many boys attend primary school? Now there isn't a space there. You write in that space, how many completed? You just write next to it. We forgot a space. Eh? Yeah. One has been sick in the home in the last year. So that's grammar. Eh? You just add.
In the last year.
Yeah, in the last year. So if it's the father, if they can guess how many times, they write 4 times. The mother, maybe 0. Yeah?
Yeah.
Most common sickness. So then it's not that they're doctors, they don't know, but you know people here. So according to them, what do they think is the most common? Malaria. And you rank. You see the word rank. You didn't give them a ranking.
We have others we have to include
if
in
it's
typhoid.
malaria, they'll say number 1,
Okay.
which is the next highest.
No,
Okay, rank.
typhoid is not
Youth.
Typhoid.
Typhoid because of poor water.
Rank.
Then
One is higher. One is if it's malaria, it's 1. Eh?
Typhoid
Put the
because of
ranking.
poor water.
Now, we are saying,
So you see, this is important even for your CDF. I don't know whether you ever see it. Yeah, the CDF. You see, when you have this information, you can go to the CDF and tell them. You see now in our schools it shows there's no water to wash. Maybe if there was at least a tank, water harvesting, then our girls, when they go, especially girls, they have a place to wash, and maybe that may reduce their. So all this. How many people wash hands after going to the toilet? So, will they mind if you ask them that? So you ask them that, but you ask them how you know how to ask. So environmental sustainability. You've all heard about all this, Mao forest, Aberdare forest. So that's environmental sustainability, whereby we can't destroy what we have and hope to have it in the next 100 years.
yes.
Right. So that's also important because that's linked to water. So how many trees do you clear? Yes. Have you heard about water project initiative in this village? So they'll tell you if they've heard. Because it's also important to know whether people have information, whether they have heard of it. So you have the Zoya. If now we go and ask them, and only 20% know, then you know that you're not everybody hasn't heard, and maybe that's why there isn't a lot of people pushing for it. You know, whereby now you go to your CDF person because everybody's talking about Zoya. So when the MP comes, that's all they're talking about, Zoya. How can you help us? Can the CDF fund that part? Because it shows this, things like that. Which one? Have you been involved in it? To know how whether this village is full of people who don't want to work together, or people who want to work together. Yeah. In what way have you been involved? So that's important. In what other village projects have you been involved? You specify. In attending the meeting about.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I need to repeat 59. Explain better.
Okay. So this, like now you have the Zoya project. Yeah? But have there been other projects you've been involved? Let's say the schools, if you decide, okay, we'll all try and get a water tank for each school from water harvesting. Were you part of that? Were you in a committee for that? Did you participate? Or did you contribute? Or did you contribute labor, like to build the something? Yeah. Okay. Just any involvement in any project, because people want to see whether this village is able to work together. Or it's a village where people don't want to work together, because if you can't work together, you cannot put up a...
You need to. Because sometimes when you see that, people mention that, they have been involved in maybe a Harambe project, then you know, okay, let's talk to that group. We know there is another group that is doing something here. So you as the community now can know which other organizations are there. And you say, why can't you come and we join? because they are already organized. So it becomes easier to reach out to those existing groups that you didn't know existed. But also the fact that you have several groups tells the donor that that community, as she said, tends to have community activities. And so when we put in money, they are going to work together and do it. So the more of those community organizations are there, the more you can be able to sell yourself that we are good at working together.
Yeah, that we can organize ourselves. Yeah. Okay. In attending the meetings of the project, any of these projects, any project you've attended, has there been ample time given to question and answer sessions? The reason why they ask that question, because people don't like these projects from Bwana Mkubwa. You know, Bwana Mkubwa ameingia, amekwambia, sasa hii ndio project naleta kwa hii village, na itakuwa hivi, na hiyo project itakuwa hapa kwa hii farm ya huyu, na hiyo ndio project nimeleta, hiyo ndio mradi yangu. And that is the end. Because umeshauliza village kama hiyo ndio project wanahitaji. Do you see? So that's why they ask. Kama mmekuwa kwa project, mmekuwa watu ambao mna participate actively, because you must participate actively in the project, kuuliza maswali, kusema no, these are our needs. Kama umekaa tu huko na wanaambia hii ndio mradi yako, na wewe unajua hii mradi is not good for you, lakini kwa sababu anakuwa amesema, you just keep quiet. And you, yes, because then that means hata wakileta mradi mwingine, you will keep quiet and not know that hiyo ni project ya village, si project ya mtu mmoja, ni project ya yetu ya kutusaidia. So that's also important. Sawa? I think that's all. Mna maswali in case to any of us.
In your hands to see what do you think is the best way, because to be able to collect data from there. Definitely we don't want a situation whereby a village may feel that they do not have any of their children participate in data collection because they see it also part of employment. But that, as a community, you can see how you can help at least those people to be trained, to know that, okay, these are the requirements. And when the youth are working in groups, because for example, one of the villages we went to, there were 5 villages and they had 10 people. And what they did, they would actually, instead of people from the same village doing that village, they would actually ask each other to work together. So either way, they start to work as a team, but also they help those who are not in the training to say, oh, this is what we are looking at. But we want to leave most of those, I don't know if I'm answering your question. Sure. Yes, yeah. Because one of the things we want with this project is to leave as many decisions in your hands, because you are the ones who know what needs to happen and how to make it happen. And then that way you own it, most of those decisions. And by the way, there is also something I had forgotten, we had completely forgotten. Out of that, we need a team leader who will be now collecting when these surveyors have done, they send to that team leader who will record everything before they come to here now, who will be the custodian of the information, and then we'll put on Easy Coach, and then it comes to us. So that team leader will be a different person who will kind of be supervising the people in the data collectors. And that one, again, you as a community can decide to see who is strong in that, can be a team leader.